Let's come to the back of our mat and come into child's pose, please. Let's take some inhales and exhales. And it's, that whole thing about you can do everything and sometimes it just doesn't go the way you want it to go. Let's draw some breaths in and some breaths out. Let's start to settle our hips toward our heels and just shake your head out a little bit. Just draw the breath in and draw the breath out. And, I'm coming back. Last week I was on that trip. I was in New Hampshire with my family, and I like to tell you guys some stories sometimes of how I used my yoga. And I think I'm learning more and more that you really have to have low expectations, especially when you're going away on a family trip. Sometimes we set these high bars for ourselves, and when it doesn't work, we are, more upset than we would normally be if we didn't have such high expectations. So I think it's a good lesson in learning how we have to go with the flow. And if there's a benefit that comes from, if there's a good thing that happens that you didn't expect for it to happen, that feels even better versus when the good thing doesn't happen and you expected it to happen. So let's just have no expectations for today's practice. Let's just settle the head down, take some inhales and exhales, and drop the hips low. Thank you so much for having such patience with me and setting this up today, as always. Let's walk our hands over to the right and hips to the left. We're just settling. We're trying to work the sides of our ribs. And then we're going to move it over to the opposite side. Just inhale and exhale. So today I thought we'll just do we'll start off kind of basic. I don't know. I think this whole long COVID thing is starting to be a long COVID thing. So if I confuse you with some complicated, real physical stuff, it may not be the right time. Come all the way up onto all fours, please, and just move the hips around. Exhale and inhale. Let the hips move around, and then draw yourself back to center, walking the hands underneath your shoulders. And that tightening of the belly that draws the elbows towards the thumbs is something that you should kind of do automatically now, right? And, like I said, low expectations for today. Just kind of let it happen. And if you've already done it, well, that's wicked cool, right? If you need to think about it, well, it just helps us learn the process. Inhale, look up. On the exhale, belly button to back of spine, bring the chin in and round. And then on the inhale, we're going to lengthen and we're going to go a little bit longer. So each time we move through this cow-cat, can you step it up a little bit, create more space? And then exhale and round, push down against the tops of the feet and the toenails. I'm going to do that 2 more times. As we inhale, feel the distance between the shoulders and ears get longer. And then on the exhale, maybe feel the distance between ribs get shorter right here. Yoga is about working in 2 different directions and really kind of soaking in the middle, working the balance through the middle of the 2 distances. On the exhale and round. We'll do it 1 more time to the inhale, pause, maybe a partial smile now. I know I'm feeling a little bit better. And then on the exhale, we'll round and pull it in, chin in towards chest and hold. Drawing a great big breath. With an open mouth exhale, let it all go. Ha. Shake out that head a little bit. Let's walk the hands out and then move into that circular motion, moving the hips round and round. So I hope everybody can hear me and see me. I don't hear any echoes anymore, so I think we're good. I shut my phone off. Please let me know if there's, if you can't hear me or see me. Come back to center and walk your hands further in. even further in from where they were before, so that you can shift your weight a little forward, maybe come up onto the tops of your fingers. And then on the exhale, come all the way back, lift your fingers up. So I fell on my bike this past week, and when I fell, I like had one of those, I'm old, my body actually felt kind of like a little beat up. Exhale back, but I have a scab on my hand, so if I'm not doing everything, that's the reason why. Inhale.
Sarah?
And yes.
Sarah, I'm sorry. It actually is a little hard to see you. We're only seeing the top half of you.
That's exactly what I needed to know. Hold on.
Thank you.
That's what I needed to know. How's that?
That should do it. Yeah. Thank you.
That's
Now I
it.
can
I
see your
shifted
mat.
it when we were, how's that?
Yeah, can see your mat, so that will be good. Thank you.
We good? Okay, thanks for telling me. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round. One more time. I shifted that iPad when I was working with the phone. And then exhale, hold the rounded spine. Draw a great big breath in. With an open mouth, let it all go. We'll extend the right leg back and we'll rock back and forth. Now feel the stretch. So when I say we're working kind of simple, we'll work up to the harder parts of our practice as we gradually move into that place. But I want you to feel the ball of the big toe and the ball of the baby toe as you rock back and forth. Feel that. And then draw the attention to the middle belly, draw it all the way up, extend the left arm out. Thumb is up towards the sky, poke the chest forward and breathe. On the exhale, elbow into knee. On the inhale, all the way out. Exhale. So we're just moving a little vinyasa here. Inhale. Heating it up a little bit more. Exhale. Inhale. One more time. Exhale. Hold it in. Inhale all the way out. Exhale, hand to the earth. Exhale it all the way over. Look over that left shoulder. Really important here not to draw all your attention into that right elbow. You want to evenly push through the heels of the hands and then inhale, come all the way back. The right leg's going to swing all the way over to the side. I'll do it here so you can see me. We're working the baby toes towards the mat. That's to remind you of how our warriors are going to be. And poke your chest forward on the inhale, please, for a moment. And then as you exhale, start to walk yourself out. Exhale. Let the head go. So I knew I was in trouble when I set everything up on my porch, you guys, about a half an hour ago. And then I went out there to check on the mat and everything, and it started raining. So just a bumpy morning. Let the head go a little bit, shake it all out. Come back up on the inhale. Let's do a little bit of a twist. So I'm working in the opposite direction of you. The left hand is down, the right arm comes up. Let's take that right elbow behind. And I want you to think more of where the movement is in your rib cage than in your shoulders or your arms, first and foremost, all right? So take the knuckles of your right hand against the right rib cage and start to feel the movement of your belly, rib cage, shoulders, yes, and then extend the arm out. Breathe. Maybe place the hand behind your head and start to kind of poke up over towards that right elbow. On the exhale, right hand swings to that thigh, pulling in front. So if you have blocks and you need them, go ahead, wiggle it out so you feel pretty comfortable here. We'll take the inhale and lengthen, and then we'll do the same thing, the cow-cat exhale and round. I'm gonna add a little bit of a vinyasa here. We're gonna inhale, pull it up. On the exhale, push it all away. Lengthen the spine and then round it. So I'm gonna go from a side view so you can see where I'm going with my spine. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, push away. Inhale, lengthen. Here's the round. We'll do one more of those. Inhale, pull it up. Exhale, push it away. Inhale, exhale. On the last one, inhale, exhale, push away. Inhale, lengthen. This time, keep that spine straight. Exhale, fold forward. So you can move those hips around a little bit to encourage those muscles to work with you now as you square it into a pyramid pose. Draw the forehead down towards your shin. Ha. As you inhale, shift your weight forward onto that right big toe, and we're just simply adding on to the difficulty of that spinal balance, right? So we're going to put our right hand to the thigh, hover ribs over thigh, and bring that left arm, right arm out. Now, if you switch that left arm down, you're in spinal balance in a standing pose. Take an inhale, draw it all the way together. Exhale, reach up and a little bit back. Take it back to the center of your heart. A little bit of a breath here. Maybe notice the difference of the energy from your right hip to your left. Take an inhale, sweep up and a little back. Take an exhale, dive forward, hinge from the hip crease. Inhale, lengthen, step back to your high push-up and hold. Definitely in a table if that suits you. If you're heating up and you want more power, you're in your plank. On the exhale, drop to the knees if you'd like. Low push-up. Inhale, upward facing dog. Notice how I am modifying. Exhale, child's pose or downward facing dog. We'll draw in 2 breaths right here. Inhale and exhale. As you slowly roll the shoulders up toward ears, you're preparing for table, dropping from your downward facing dog if you're there. Wiggle the wrist around a little bit, shake them out, and then come back to center as we extend that left leg out, rocking back and forth. I'm going to move this way so you can see the rock. I come all the way onto the ball of that big toe and then rock forward. Right, and then come back to where it's neutral. It's going to help you figure out where neutral is. Drawing that hip up, feel the squared hip. Inhale the right arm out and hold. Apple between chin and chest. Exhale in, inhale out. Exhale in, inhale out. Really round it. You have plenty of time. Inhale out. Exhale, hold it in. Inhale all the way out. Exhale. Draw the left foot over towards the right. Peek over that right shoulder for me. Don't collapse in the chest. That means you're really pushing against the heels of the hands to poke that chest up and over. And then inhale, flex the toes, swing the leg around. Come onto the baby toe side of the foot. Coming up to those tented fingertips, once again, lift the chest up. On the exhale, you can go ahead and stretch this out if you want. It feels nice for the inner left groin. Wherever you go is good for you. That's where the expectations, just let them be. Start low and see where you go. That rhymes. Take the right hand to the mat. Take the left arm towards the sky. Come up for a moment. Now we're going to do the work from the middle of the ribs out. Take the left knuckles to the right rib side. As you rotate that left shoulder open, you're going to feel the movement through the ribs. From that left rib cage all the way up. Now feel it through the shoulders. Extend through the arms and hold. Breathe. If you want to bring that hand behind you and move to the neck a little bit more and it's good, you go for it. Exhale, swing the left hand to the thigh. Draw that left leg forward. Frame your foot. On the inhale, lengthen. On the exhale, round. Are you rolling onto the inside edge of that left baby big toe? Please don't. Inhale, pull it up. Exhale, push away. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round. We'll do that again. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, push away. Inhale. Exhale. Let's do it one more time. Inhale. Exhale, push it away. Inhale, lengthen. Let's step that back leg in and come into squared pyramid here. Notice your hips. That left hip's probably what I'm going to pop out like that. Draw the right hip forward, left hip back, and just settle. Forehead towards the shin and settle. As you shift the weight onto that left big toe, we're moving into that balance. That right hip is closed, the left hand to the thighs. Slowly pull your way up. If you prefer to keep the right foot to the mat, that's your modification. You'll shift that right arm, then left arm, and then I like to swing my right arm back and move into spinal balance. On the exhale, bring the right foot to left. Stand on the inhale. This time, grab your left wrist, lean over to the right. So remember, we were working from the middle of the belly out. Think of that as we move into these side hinges. Pull back up to center, work through the right side. Same idea, middle of the belly out, all the way to the armpit, and then to the extremity. Pull yourself back up to center, draw the arms behind. Reaching for that right wrist, you can open up your feet hip width if you want. Fingertips down towards the heels, left ear to left shoulder. Pull it back up to center, grab the left wrist, pull it all the way down, let it go to the right ear. Pull back up to center. On the inhale, pull yourself up. On the exhale, bring the feet together, bring the hands together so that the index fingers are together. Shoot them, they used to say in yoga all the time, pistol lock index fingers. I'm like, can't use that word right now, right? Take the inhale, draw it all the way up. Frame the ears with your biceps and reach back. Come back to center, bring the hands to the center of your heart. We're gonna do a half sun salute here. Inhale, draw it up. Exhale, dive forward. We're taking the hands in front of us with our baby fingers faced out, like we're scooping water from the bottom of a barrel. Inhale, pull it up. Open mouth, exhale, let it all go. Place the hands to the center of the heart. We'll do it one more time. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Turn the palms up, fingertips together. Scoop the water up on the inhale. Exhale, open up the feet on this one. Interlock the hands behind and fall forward. Let the right ear drop to the right knee. Peek underneath that left. Feel the movement of that little left rib side. For me, it's a big rib side right now. Can't wait to really get back into my life. I keep saying that. Into my left side, peek under the right. And then slide it back to center for a moment and just kind of let the shoulders go, let the head go, and gently drift up. Knuckles are going to connect to your middle lower back or higher back, whatever works for you. Move into that bowed back. And then inhale, everything comes together, hands to the center of the heart, walk to the front of the mat. How are we doing? You can see me, you can hear me. Life is good. Holy camole. Set your intentions for your practice today if there are any. Let's rock it forward and back for a moment. I love for you to kind of give your feet some loving care because we don't do that. Rock it back and forth and feel where you feel secure and hold. Maybe your thumb hits your sternum, that which covers and protects your heart. Gentle reminder that all is good. All is good. We will make it through this together, one breath at a time. On an inhale, sweep the arms up. On the exhale, dive forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine nice and long. Step back to your high push-up and pause. From your high push-up, rock yourself side to side for a moment, and then come back to where you feel you're even in your hands and your shoulders are drifting back as the belly button pulls in. Now rock yourself forward and back on the balls of your feet and come back to center as well. Hold here. On the exhale, there's not much movement, but going down in one even plane. And then the inhale is up to your upward facing dog. Look over your left shoulder and your right shoulder. Open and close your jaw and then pull back into your downward facing dog. So we start this first one off nice and slow. So when we start moving in our flow, you're not hurting yourself. You've kind of fine-tuned what you need to fine-tune. Shake out the head a little bit. Take some deep breaths in and some deep breaths out. And then bend the knees, look towards the fingers and float to the front of the mat. Inhale, exhale. Fold forward here for a moment and really enjoy that forward fold. Shake the head out. Feel the inner soles lift up as you inhale, sweep up. Exhale, hands to the center of the heart. Samasti Tihi. Reset. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, lengthen. Chaturanga Dandasana if you're going for it. Inhale, upward facing. The ankles are staying parallel. Don't let them rotate out. Exhale, back. Can you imagine that I'm standing behind you, right? And I have a strap around your upper thighs, kind of lifting your hips up and then thighs back. Take 2 more breaths. Look towards your fingers, and when you're ready, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Samasti Tihi. Exhale. Settle. Lift the chin up a little bit. Maybe blink the eyes open for the inhale. Swan dive forward on the exhale. Inhale. High to low. Inhale up. Exhale back. 2 breaths. Float it forward. Inhale. Exhale. Take time to feel that, please. That's one of those drive-bys. Inhale. This is one of the drive-bys too. Reach back. Exhale. Last time around. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, lengthen. High to low, push up. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, back. Take 2 breaths in. Look towards your fingers and float. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale. Sit in your Utkatasana, please, for a moment. The arms will swing back immediately as you come onto the balls of the big toe. So now we're starting to move into that heated part of the practice, working those bigger muscles. Let the heels come down and draw the arms up. On the exhale, feel the little hinge here. As you hinge from your hips, my knees still stay bent. And I come a little bit top heavy with my palms pushing back. Heels at the hands down, right? And then heels down, lift up, maybe toes lift up. And then exhale. So notice you spread energy in your fingers as you would in your toes as you come here. 2 more times. Exhale. Inhale. 1 more time. Exhale. This time you're going to inhale, but you're going to sit way down in your Utkatasana. Lift your chest up and hold. Just breathe. Focus is a little forward. We're going to shift our weight into that left leg. Lifting your right leg up. You have a slightly bent left leg, slightly bent right leg. Pause. Now we're going to inhale, hinge forward, kick the leg back. Exhale, pull it back to where we started, bend into that knee. So not too much different from what we were just doing. We're just doing it with one leg. Pretty freaking cool. Okay, back and forth. 1 more time. Back, come all the way forward, lift that leg up, cross it over, and sink into it. So we're really kind of sprinkling balance in between flow today. Lift that chest up, sink a little bit deeper. If you want that arm balance, go for it. If you're not ready for it, don't. Slide the right leg over. Reach for your left wrist again. Lean over to the right. On the inhale, come back to center, hands to the center of the chest, hinge from the hips. Lean forward. Walking the hands out to wherever. Look, I have a heater in front of me, so I can use my heater. It's not going to electrocute me, I don't think. Although, according to how this morning was going, let the head go, give it a hug. And walk the hands over to the left. Give it a little stretch. Walk the hands to the right. Yes. Come back to center. We're going to reverse the process. Lift the left leg up. Right leg up, sorry. Swing it back. and then bring it back to your Utkatasana to hold. All right, little hinge forward, heels lift, toes lift, little forward. We're strengthening the legs here if you're wondering why we're doing this. Forward, back, one more time, forward, back, hold. We'll lift that opposite leg up and hold. Make sure the hip doesn't come up too high. If you hike it too high, you're gonna fall over to that right side. Hold here. Slightly bent right leg, slightly bent left. As you swing the left leg back, you're hinging, a little bit forward here, and then come back to where we started, like you're stepping on a stool. And then back, breathe, and forth. Ready? 2 more. Back, bring it in. One more time, back. So it's not over yet, all right? So we spring off this right foot to kick that left leg out and cross it all the way over. Sinking into that right heel, lift your chest up nice and tall. Breathe. Arm balance if you want it. Remember, we're trying to stack shoulders over hips, but it's hard in this pose. Just do the best you can. Sit down a little deeper. Pop it all the way up, slide that left leg over, grab the right wrist and lean over. Come back to center on the inhale. Fold forward on the exhale to start. Just breathe here for a moment. You can walk the hands to the left if you want, let the head go. Walk it to the right, let the hips go. And then come back to center, pull it all the way up. Draw the arms. This is like we're in rewind. Just lift the leg up, cross it over, and all the way back. Sink into your Utkatasana, inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Step back to your high push-up. Exhale, low push-up. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, back. Right leg lifts up and you bend the knee and peel it open immediately. Roll through that right ankle. Drop your head. So imagine this time that I'm around your left upper thigh. Pulling your left upper thigh all the way back. Lifting the heel up and then back so that the right knee can lift up a little higher. And then draw the right knee to the right upper arm. Pause. All the way up into the armpit, please. And then inhale back. You're on your forearms or down on one knee if this is too much. Right knee to left upper arm. Get it all the way across. Maybe you extend the leg up. Kick it back. We're doing this one more time with a pause. Right knee, right upper arm to a pause. Drawing into that arm balance if it's in your practice. Kicking it all the way back. And then sliding it all the way through. Maybe a fallen triangle on this. Or maybe you're grabbing the foot. Keep lifting. Kick the right leg all the way back. Bend the knee and peel it open. And then bring the knee all the way through. Crescent lunge. So that whole series we just did was to warm up the hips. And now we have warmed up the ribs. Let's move. Exhale down here. Inhale all the way up. Exhale down. Inhale. Exhale. So even though we're going down here, I want you to feel the lift of your lower belly. That's going to help to protect that pelvic hammock there. And then all the way up. And then on the exhale here, you hold. Again, sprinkling balance. Bring it all the way forward into your warrior three. Pause. Frame the ears with your biceps. Lift the kneecap up on your right side. Breathe. Hands come to the center of the heart. You're landing in crescent lunge again. Make sure that left leg is far enough back. Maybe take your hands to your ribs to lift your ribs up. You can bend down onto your back knee if you want and stay there, or you can start to straighten it and twist, drawing your left elbow to the outside of your right thigh. If it's too much, you could be right here. So you know how I like to work with themes. Here's that theme again. Where you think of the belly button in the center, right? Right around the spine. And then from there, the muscles and tendons are working to twist. They work up towards the shoulder, keep that back leg straight, and then you draw the arm up. Maybe the bottom arm comes down. Coming to that left knee is awesome if you need it. Look at your right shoulder. Is it rotating away from the tip of your chin? Take one more breath. On the exhale, spin it down for a moment. Let's give this right leg a little stretch. Push away here, and I'll turn to the front so you can see. I'm on the baby toe side of that foot, but I'm not collapsing on the left side. If I had a block, I'd be using it right now. Reaching back maybe to grab your back foot if it's in your practice, open up your chest. Let the back of the head splay back. On the inhale, come back to the center and windmill your way all the way up. Straightening the front leg, please. Moving right into Trikonasana. Right hand forward. Exhale. Left arm comes up. Sounding like a broken record. Energy coming from the center of the chest. Bring that left hand behind. Breathe. Take 3 more breaths. Finishing off with balance. Bend into the front knee. Reach forward of that baby toe. Use whatever you got going on to lift it up. Make sure if you put something under your hand that it's stable. Left arm reaches. Definitely bow it out if you're a bowed out person. You know who you are. Come back to center, so watch. Left hip squares, we've done this pose before. This is where we work into our warrior 3. And then if you can, bring that left arm, so I'm dropping my leg to the ground because it fell. Bring that left arm down, right arm up, revolve. If you're still up here, stay there. Take 2 more breaths. Excellent. Come back to center. We're coming into a standing split for a moment, and then we'll exhale. Drop it into a hanging ragdoll. Yes, how's that right foot feel and hip? Give it a, bring the hands behind the head. Let it go. So simple doesn't always mean easy. You'll notice you may start getting heated. Exhale, let the head go. Take an inhale, draw it up, and definitely come down into a Malasana squat here. Or if you're a crow person, you're going into crow. I'm going to bring my elbows into my inner thighs and just lift my chest up and breathe. Eventually in Malasana, your feet are turning more forward. They're more parallel like this. So kind of start working on that if you've been doing yoga for a while. Exhale, bring it all the way forward. Let the head go. Shake it out. I even like to do this. I'm crossing my right arm over left, and I'm going to turn forward so you can see it. Now that you can see my whole body, imagine if we did the class with just the upper half. OMG, that's scary. All right, ready? Bend into your knees, peek underneath the right elbow. Exhale back. Bend into your knees, my right hand's behind, peek underneath the left. Oh, that feels so good. Exhale, come back to center. Release the fingers, draw it all the way up. Take an inhale. Feet come together. Sit in your Utkatasana. Just sit here. So it was my husband's 60th birthday, so he kept saying, don't acknowledge my birthday. So I didn't have a party. I just asked my son and my husband to come up to join me in New Hampshire, and I got him a birthday card. And I gave it to him, and it said 60 on it, and he's like, I told you I didn't want this card. And this is after, like, I had done dinner and everything else, and I'm like, I'm not asking anybody else to come up with me ever again. You know how you get like that? Sink down a little bit deeper. But in retrospect, I guess I had to think of, you know, it's his fear about turning whatever he's turning. We all do things in a different way, and we can't expect people to be like what we want them to be. Take one more breath. On the exhale, fold forward. On the inhale, lengthen, and don't tell him I said that or he'll kill me. Come to a high push-up. Exhale, low push-up. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale all the way back. Come into that downward facing dog. Shake out your head. Give it a hug. Let's draw that left leg up. Pretty, please. Bend the knee and peel it open. And then bring that left knee over to the left upper arm. Pause. It's up in that upper arm if you can get it there. And then kick it back. Remember, you're on your knee if you need to be down. Bring the left knee to the right. Extend the leg if you want. Try to get as much movement in the ribs when you're doing that. So now we're going to come back with the knee to the left knee to left upper arm and pause. If you're doing the arm balance, I like the little shelf of my right. And from here, you kick it back to that chaturanga if you're working that. Bring the left leg back. Left knee over to the right. Maybe grab the baby toe side of the foot and just kind of extend, or coming to fallen triangle. Left leg kicks back. Bend the knee to the middle and slide it all the way through, moving into our crescent lunge. Take the inhale, hold here for a moment. Make sure that your hips are hip width apart. How many years have we been doing yoga and I still don't do that sometimes? Exhale down, inhale up, exhale down, inhale up. 2 more times, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down. Take the inhale, straighten that back leg, lift your ribs, and slide yourself over that left thigh. This could be perfectly fine for you. If you want to draw the elbow down, you get a different type of twist. Feel the movement of the ribs, then open the arms. Breathe. I like to rock back and forth sometimes to see where I'm being stared on that back leg. On the exhale, drop all the way down for a moment. Now I'm turning the toes open. This time I will turn to the front of you so you can see. I told you I would last time, I didn't. Right here. And then I reach back and open it up. Come back to center. Adjust your feet so you're ready to spin up and open into your warrior 2. And then move right into Trikonasana. Oh, I forgot to do the balance, didn't I? No, I did the balance. We're going to come here. I'll do the balance in the middle on that one. Left arm comes forward. Breathe. Breathe this guy all the way up. I was wondering why my left leg wasn't so tired. Bring the right arm behind. Keep twisting it open. Feel the ball of the big toe in front, the heel of the back foot, and then slowly twist yourself around. We're going to move into Ardha Chandrasana. Left hand comes to the outside of that left baby toe. Reach that right leg up. When you do, start to notice, don't expect much, right? You fall over, you fall over. But start to notice if you're hiking up too high, are you nose diving down? That's a different pose. We're trying to poke everything up and twist everything open from the middle of our ribs. From there, we've got some real core strength. You could reach back to bow it out. Remember, you could always do this up against a wall. Now, you turn that right hip down, and we're slowly pulling up. We got to stay here a little bit extra because I didn't do it from the crescent lunge a few moments ago. Hold. Keep breathing. Hold it. On the exhale, bring that right foot forward. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, sink into your Utkatasana and hold. Legs should feel a little bit shaky. Move it around a little bit. Exhale, swan dive forward. We're moving right into crow pose or Malasana squat. Open up your feet if you need to, or let the big toes stay touching. As you lengthen the spine long, the knees go to the upper arms, and you kind of just rock yourself forward in your crow. For those of you who are working the headstand, you're coming down, inhale, exhale, you've got to lift up through the belly, pull the belly button in, so that when you land, you're not hurting the neck. And then maybe you come back down, shoot it into low push-up. If you're just watching, that's cool too. Exhale back into child's pose for break or come into downward facing dog. Your choice. Let's breathe. Wherever you're at, I want you to take your right hand and reach for that left shin. So if you're in child's pose, you're here and you're going to come here. If you're up here, you're reaching here. Drop that ear and just kind of rock back and forth for a moment. Breathe. Come back to center, do the other side. Awesome. Bend the knees, wiggle the hips around. Have some fun with this. Let the right leg lift up, bend the knee and peel it open. This time the knee comes directly up into the nose and we pause. And then what we're going to do is just swing it side to side using our abs for 10, 9, 8, 7. Are you doing this just like halfway? Please turn it on if you want to. For 4, 3, 2. Knee lifts up. Step it all the way through. Move right into your warrior 1. Take an inhale, draw it up. Take an exhale, bring it around. Inhale, open up the chest. Enjoy this for a moment. Really enjoy. And then exhale, right ear towards the inner ankle. Breathe. Humble warrior. Right? Breathe. It's all going to be okay. One breath at a time, and we work together to get there. Let's take one more breath, and then release the arms all the way down. We're going to swing it up on the inhale, straighten the leg for a moment. And then on the exhale, adjust to warrior 2. So when you lift, you feel that puff up, and then really sink down. So let's do that again. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, sink it down. Hold. Draw the shoulders away from ears. Maybe move your ribs around a little bit. See where you're at. If you're feeling funky, you need to adjust to what your body needs to do here. It should feel like a nice fitting glove, right? Should feel good on you. On the inhale, reach up, reach for that right wrist and lean back. On the exhale, keep a deep lunge. Right forearm to the thigh, left arm to the sky. So you know where we're going from here. Please don't rush it. If you want to just take a few breaths to see if you're lifted in your right rib side, go for it. External rotation of the right knee and the left arm from the rib cage. So you're reaching back. It comes all the way back. You'll get more space for a bind there. Draw it deeper into that right knee. Same idea with the right arm reaching before you drop the shoulder. Slide it under. Once you've got that, I need you to poke that chest forward. Don't just jump up into bird of paradise. You want to feel it. Maybe it's bounded Ardha Chandrasana today. Walking the leg up a little bit and trying to get that back leg lifted. If you're doing bird of paradise, open up space between that left foot. Draw it all the way up. Maybe reaching for that big toe. I know you're starting to lose me in the screen, but it would be here. Take 2 more breaths. And then we're going to finish this by simply, flopping the left hand to the floor, turning our toes so we can reach around across the horizon, and then pull it all the way back. Stepping into a side plank. Right foot stacks over left. Right arm reaches up. Breathe. If you're modifying, your knee is on the earth. Take 2 more breaths. On the exhale, come back to your high push-up. Fold all the way down into that low push-up, upward facing dog. And then either come to child's pose or kick your right leg up. Walk your left hand in, flip your dog. Woo. Whatever works. Maybe bend the elbow. So remember we had our hand behind our head before? You could put your hand behind your head. Just listen, you don't have to look. If you're in your flip dog and kind of roll open the chest. Come back to your high push-up. Exhale, low push-up. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, back. Left leg lifts up. If you need a break, take it. Left knee to nose and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Step your left foot forward. Draw your right heel down. Slowly, 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 we're going to pull our way all the way up. Square the hips. Walk the hands behind. Open up the chest and fall forward. Left ear to the inner ankle. Let the ear drop all the way down. Do you think it's going to work if your jaw is still tight? Let it go. Breathe. Few more breaths. Let it go even more. And then we're going to release the hands, pull ourselves all the way up to pop up. Exhale right into your warrior two. So it's that pop up, and then land your warrior two to hold. Breathe. Flip your left arm up and reach back, extend and reach. Breathe, breathe, breathe. I sometimes, when I'm doing my yoga, I kind of visualize the space between my ribs to kind of get the understanding of where I'm going. So I mean, you can do that or not do that. I'm just kind of sharing. Now I keep kind of keeping my ribs lifted. I let my left forearm come down, my right arm come up. Definitely not letting the hips pop out. Then you go where you need to go here. Staying right here is awesome. Reaching up and around is awesome. Maybe extending the arm, dropping the shoulder. So this is my harder side, so I have to be really careful not to round too much. Opening up the chest and just breathing. Maybe bounded Ardha Chandrasana, pushing down against the mound of that big toe, lifting the right leg up. It's hard. Or bird of paradise, rooting down through that right side. Reaching for that big toe eventually, and then peeking underneath that right arm. We're going to finish this off by bringing the right hand down, turning to the baby toe side of the feet and kind of opening, and then stepping back, adjust here so that you can go right into side plank. Left foot over right, inhale. You can grab the big toe, you can go to wild thing, whatever works for you. Come back for your inhale. Exhale, low push-up. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale back. Left leg lifts. Bend the knee, peel it open. Draw your right hand in. Flip your dog. Lift the hips. Maybe left hand comes behind. Maybe left arm comes into that wheel. Flipping into a high push-up. Exhale, low push-up. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale all the way back. Extra push-ups if you want them. Inhale, high. Exhale, low. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale back. One more time. Inhale, high. Exhale, low. Inhale, up. Exhale, back. You're coming to rest in child's pose or coming onto your forearms and holding. So if you're still working with me, you're on your forearms and you're only dropping your left hip. Tap it down for 10, 9. You could do this on your knees. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Come back to center and hold. Hips are squared. Now notice the right hip drop for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back and hold. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everybody on their belly, please. Forearms are on the floor. So it was a great week away. I had my 2.5 great nephew, and we kayaked and we rode our bikes and we had a lot of fun. There's only a few of those instances, like when that implant that I'm working on with my tooth, the screw fell out and my niece had to screw it back in. OMG! Getting old. Falling off my bike, but that wasn't my fault. I was on a railroad track with sand. But I tell you, you don't pop up as fast. Reach back for that right foot. And the funny thing is, my twin brother called me yesterday, and he fell this weekend. So I thought it was so funny we fell on the same day. And he said, I feel like I'm getting so old. His again, you know, he was doing something stupid like doing jumps on a recycling box or something. Lift your chest up, breathe. Keep lifting. On the exhale, we're going to release this. Now I want you to take that right foot and work through it. So I don't mean do this. I mean move through the foot, right? I played golf on Sunday, haven't played in forever, and I realized how important the movement of your feet, right, are so key to that game, to our whole life. Move that foot around. On the exhale, bring the right knee up towards your elbow and hold. Draw the left arm under. We all love this one. I know you do. So I want you to feel the movement for the middle of the ribs. Don't forget what we started with, the theme of today's class, right? Low expectations, but really move with integrity. When you move from the middle of your spine, you're really moving from the appropriate place. And then everything else that happens is just like the icing on the cake. Breathe. Pull yourself back to center. Wiggle the hips around. Come onto your forearms. Let's work the second side. Left leg comes up. Inhale and exhale. I have to figure out what time it is. I don't even know what time it is. You guys get your left leg while I go look to see what time it is. I could go on forever. You know me. Oh, my goodness. It's time to end. Okay. Lift it up and hold. Roll through the foot. I'm probably going to go 5 minutes over because I started a little late. And I was so on time today for me. I mean, I actually was here. Right arm comes under. Left arm comes around. I'll have it all set for next week. My new life starts tomorrow, so everything's going to be right on track next week. You know how that goes. Exhale, come back to center. Breaststroke the arms around, grab the ankles, and move right into your bow, back and forth. Whew. And then pull yourself up for that inhale. On the exhale, come into your downward dog. And at the risk of just running a little bit late, I'm going to do one flow. And if you can't stay for being late, that's okay. Just make sure you find a Shavasana. If you can, look towards the front of the mat, step or jump to the front of the mat. Take an inhale, lengthen. On the exhale, fold. Come into your Utkatasana and hold. So this is a little flow, just to kind of let all the disconnect reconnect, right? Exhale into your Utkatasana. Inhale, lengthen. All the possibilities. Exhale, let it go. Inhale. Step back to your high push-up. Exhale, low push-up. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, back. Step your right foot through. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale. Inhale. Sweep across on the exhale. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale. Inhale. Here's the extra one. You're going to twist to the right. Inhale, open it up, move to the feet. Exhale, low push up. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, back. One more time. Left leg steps. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Curl it back. Inhale. Sweep it through and turn. High to low push up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Right leg lifts. Right knee to right wrist. You're going to feel that heart pounding come right into pigeon. If you prefer to be on your back, go for it. Please set yourself up, please, in this pigeon by coming onto the ball of that back toe, rocking back and forth. That's going to square your hip, and then walk it out. Let it go. Breathe. Once you've settled, if you're starting to feel like you need something else, like reaching for your back leg or even moving into a split, in yoga, that's what we do. We listen. You should be listening all the time. Listen to what your body craves. And then slowly crawl out of this. If you're on your back, just kind of kick that leg out and make some circles. And then just switch to the second side. Left knee to left wrist. Come up to the ball of that big toe. Walk yourself out. Forehead all the way down to the mat. Give it a ha. Move into your split or grabbing your back leg, whatever works in your practice. Take your time. And then we'll slowly kick that leg back. And we'll come to meet at the top of our mat. So if you're lying down, you'll come to sit up. We're moving into staff pose. You know I love this pose. Lift your chest up, poke your chest forward, draw the shoulders around. So no expectations here, low expectations on how far you're going to go down, right? Move those hips back. Just because yesterday you went to one place doesn't mean today you have to be at the same place. You know, when I got on my bike this morning, I just didn't have the energy to like push. So it was like, Sarah, just kind of work through it. Listen to the music, and that was the song. Listen to the music, and just be in it. Exhale, let the forehead drop down. Breathe. Take an inhale, draw it all the way up. On the exhale, we're going to bend the knees and poke the chest up for a moment. Lift it up. On the exhale, sit bones come down. Go ahead, move into your Navasana. We've got a quick Navasana here because I'm running out of time. So lengthen your legs out long immediately if you're ready, or keep them bent. Drive it down and up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Place the feet to the mat. Draw the forehead in between the legs and give it a squeeze. And then inhale, lift up, roll yourself all the way down. Maybe hands to your knees, one vertebrae at a time. Moving right into bridge or wheel, lift the hips up towards the sky. Maybe walk the hands underneath. We'll do one bridge or wheel. You figure out what you need. Make it restorative, make it powerful, whatever you need. Take 2 more breaths. On the exhale, one vertebrae at a time, comes down to the mat with the soles of the feet together. Rest in Supta Baddha Konasana for a moment, rock it side to side. And then slowly lift the feet up. This is important. Bend into your happy baby bug for a moment and get the middle back. And then into a straddle stretch, because we didn't do any forward straddles. Get the inner groin. Exhale, bring the soles of the feet together. If you like to rock them back a little bit, back and forth, I like to do this. And then slide right into your Shavasana. I don't know, that class just cruised by for me. Is it really 11? Give it an inhale and an exhale. I guess when you start at 10:15, that's what happens. Breathe in and breathe out. Find your Shavasana. I'm going to bring the lights down a little bit. I want you to bring the lights up to the center of your heart. See that one shining point? Maybe it starts in the third eye. It's that beautiful light of clarity, right? Connect to it for a moment. Hold on to that clarity. Let the fear go. See how that spills out. It relaxes those thinking lines in your forehead and it releases the jaw. And then you can feel it open up in the back of your throat. And now that center line is right in the center of your chest, that light. It's illuminating now. All the way through your shoulders, overworked biceps, elbows, forearms, wrists, fingers, and thumbs. Feel that same illumination down the middle ribs where we work so much today in focusing, right, around the spinal part of the middle part of your spine where those core muscles lie. And then right into your right and left glutes. So see now that light shining right at the bottom of your spine, right through your pubic bone, and then it's going to move all the way down onto your thighs, your knees, your shins, the tops of your feet, the tips of your toes, bottoms of your feet, outer ankles, backs of your calves, knees, and thighs. Moving now from the bottom of your spine to the middle of your belly to the center of your chest. You have arrived, my friends. Let's take a few breaths just to enjoy. Let's start to move our fingers and our toes, our ankles and our wrists, reaching the arms behind you and extend, really lengthen through the spine. And then bend the knees into your chest and make circles. Let the knees fall over to the right, head resting on your hands for a moment, and just give it a aha moment. You made it, my friends. Nicely done. We made it through another yoga, another slight mini crisis at the beginning. Will there ever not be a crisis? Remember, we show up, burn bright, we live passionately. And when the moment is over, when our work is done, we step back and let go. Victory to our spirits, peace to all beings. Let's come up to a seated position, sitting nice and tall, pretty please. We'll bring our hands toward our knees and poke our chest forward to start. Release that shoulder look a little bit. Make sure you're not too rounded. Take an inhale. Open mouth, exhale, let it all go. Hands come to third eye center as we bow and surrender to our two selves. We say, Namaste. Have a nice day. Thank you, everybody.